Olumide Akpata, the gubernatorial candidate of the Labour Party in the Edo State governorship election, is leaving no stone unturned. He's going everywhere, searching for voters, talking to them, selling his manifesto, his dream for Edo State to them. Today, he held a meeting with the Nigerian Medical Association personnel in Edo State, and the hall was filled to the brim. I've always maintained that Olumide Akpata knows what he's up against. One thing that will get you to scare through in life is when you know the forces that you are up against. Olumide Akpata knows that he's contesting against some persons that are powerfully backed by the state and the federal government, and he cannot afford to lazy about. He is fully involved in his campaign. He's not paying any people to do propaganda for him. He's not sponsoring any person to run any PRO for him on the social media. He's going to the grassroots and he's speaking to the people.
Online will become a river Niger that you will literally be able to swim across. If you come into government, how will you tackle environmental sanitation? And then my suggestion, should you win?
Of it. So fortunately you have your wife. I'm sure she will be able to manage whatever outcome we have in this forthcoming election. Thank you very much, sir. We will now go to the meat of the matter, which questions should be asked. Sir, you've spoken very well. You touched on it. We don't need to go and verify, sir, because we already know. So, before we go to that, I will just quickly introduce some important persons that arrived while you were speaking. First, the Chairman of the Medical Advisory Committee of the University of Benin Teaching Hospital, Professor Stanley Okubo, and he's here representing the Chief Medical Director, Professor Darlington Obaseki. Welcome, sir. I will have introduced Professor Sagi Akpata, a foremost consultant maxillofacial surgeon, but he tapped me and said, don't go further. There's conflict of interest. But of course, the global candidate introduced you, sir. So, we also have in our midst some past chairman of this branch, the state branch of NMA, Dr. Emmanuel Osaidogo, consultant urologist, is the past chairman of NMA. You're welcome. I also want to introduce some branch officers that are here present. The secretary of the association, Dr. Collins Toikina. You're welcome. The deputy secretary, Dr. Paul Ajayi. You're welcome. I hope I'm not missing. The PRO, of course. You're welcome. And senior consultants here, another consultant as cardiothoracic surgeon, Dr. Anthony Chizoba, FOB. You're welcome. We also have Association of Resident Doctors represented here, UBTH. I thought I saw the secretary, Dr. Asemota, and also the academic secretary, Dr. Duke Negru. Okay.
Olumide Akpata knows that he has the support of Edo Light. He knows that with the presence of P2B and P2B backing him, Edo people will vote for him. But he doesn't want to relax and ride on the wave of Mr. P2B. He's creating his own niche. He's creating a name for himself. He's cutting his own path. And that is why you see him going to the people and talking to them. And one thing that I've come to like about Olumide Akpata is that whenever he goes to the people, the quality of his speech is top notch. He's not going to tell them that I'm going to build road for you. Of course, we know that Edo State does not have good road. They have so many bad roads in Edo State. And I'm still wondering why people are trying to say that Obaseki did so well in Edo State. Like, how can you do so well in Edo State and you don't have good road? At least road is a basic necessity. For the fact that in 2024 Edo State people are talking about building of road, that means Obaseki really failed Edo people. And I'm using it to talk about all the whole states in Nigeria, because I noticed that rather than campaigning with quality things that your governor has done for you people in your state, you all campaign about road. What is road? Road is a basic necessity. It's a must that every government should build road. This is not even what should be used for campaign. What you should be using for campaign is how you're able to pull your people out of poverty, how you were able to build quality schools, how you were able to provide security for your people, provide job employment opportunities for the people, make the environment to be favorable for their businesses to thrive, not road. And I'm so happy with Olumide, but he doesn't go and tell them I'm going to build road for you. He said that I will give you health care, health center. Every ward should have a health center. That is what he's telling them. I mean, this is what he should be talking about, providing good medical facilities for your people. These are things that improve the quality of life of every individual. Good health care, schools. But unfortunately, Nigerians do not even understand that. They'll be hailing someone for building road. They'll go and snap a road that has been built by their government and post it on social media to hail the government. What a level of mediocrity. I love the way Olumide is going. He understands the tax ahead and he's speaking to the people. And one thing I've also realized that the people that he meets, they are showing him real commitment. They are showing him real love. It shows that Obaseki did not do well for Edo people. If Obaseki has done well for Edo people, Olumide will not be gathering this kind of crowd he's gathering. He will not even see people to even come for his engagement. Look at the crowd that he gathered for just medical personnel in the state. We're talking of just medical personnel in the state. We're not talking of lawyers. And mind you, every lawyer in Nigeria and Edo State, they are all backing Olumide. I'm rooting for this man, not because he's in Labour Party, but because he has quality, because he's competent. And I know that with Olumide at the helm of affairs in Edo State, he's going to transform Edo State. Now, I've seen some argument on social media. People are saying that if you are not from Edo State, you should not participate or say anything in Edo State election. That is not right. Okay, you have to understand that wherever Nigeria is today, it's not just because of who the president is or because of the failure of the president. It's the totality of the failure of the 36 states governors. The failure of Zamfara State Governor, the failure of Plateau State Governor, the failure of Sokoto State Governor, the failure of Ogun State Governor, the failure of Imo State Governor, the failure of Delta State Governor. All this failure is the cumulative effect of what you're seeing in Nigeria today. If every state government is working at a high pace to improve their state and creating jobs for the people, it will affect the economy of Nigeria. If every state is doing everything possible to reduce poverty, to reduce criminality, to improve the welfare of the people, to create job employment, to give education to the people, it will increase the totality of everything that has to do with Nigeria. Our life expectancy will increase, our literacy rate will increase, our security will increase, our medical health care will increase. That is why you have to be involved and concerned with every election that happens in Nigeria, not just in your state, because if a particular state failed, you also affect your state. If for instance now Zamfara State collapse, do you know that the people in Zamfara State will migrate to another state? If for instance now Imo State collapse, the people in Imo State will migrate to another state. They will not put a constraint on the economy of that state and it will affect that state. That is why every state needs to progress at the same pace. Yes. So you should all be involved in every election that is taking place in Nigeria, because if Edo State succeed, Nigeria succeed. If Anambra State succeed, Nigeria succeed. If Lagos succeed, Nigeria succeed. If every part of the state succeed, Nigeria succeed. No state should be dependent on another. That is why they're talking about regionalism, because it will help every state to grow. So those of you that are saying because people are not from Edo State, they should not be involved in Edo State election, you should all wake up and grow. Leave this your archaic mentality behind. Edo State must succeed, and with Olumide Akpata, Edo State will be okay. Thank you for watching. I will see you in the next video.